And you give them the knowledge of how important, being physically fit and being able to repeat games. And if he puts all this together, who knows what can happen. He's been fantastic. He's led the line brilliantly. He looks a goal threat, and we just want him to continue.
I think one of the biggest challenges that you are going to face as Rangers coaching staff will be the challenge against Celtic. What's your overriding emotion ahead of the Old Firm game?
Once you look at any big game against a rival, you got to go in there with determination, but there's also got to be a calmness, and it's a game that the fans instantly look at the fixture list when it's made in June, July. They're big games. We can't hide from the fact that it's a massive game, and we look forward to them.
Is it tactically intriguing given the dynamics between yourself, Stephen and Brendan Rodgers, given the fact you were all at Liverpool at one point or another?
Yeah, I've worked alongside Brendan for a short period at Liverpool, and Stephen's played under him. So we'll know a little bit on the football park and working with many managers. I think you handpick the bits that you actually want to that you actually like. And I think what Stephen's done, he's done that. He's picked bits from players that he's liked and managers.
Just finally, what are the aims this season as regards to setting targets for the team?
Just to get a team that plays with a hunger and desire and be competitive and give the fans something to shout about.
Well, he's not asked at all to be front and centre so far. It's really the first time he's spoken, Ali. But of all the additions to the club during the summer, is he one of the most vital? I think that knows the intricacies of the game up here.
I think that might be his best signing, actually, Gary McAllister. Gary's a great lad. Arsenio Craggs actually played with Gary here at Firth Park Boys Club for about 4 or 5 years before he signed for Motherwell when I went to St Johnstone. So I know Gary, we've grown up together. Gary, but it's certainly a very, very intelligent one.
He was a really good pundit as well. He was excellent on the golf course. He was good when you went to the bar. And
I know, he hated
not to the direct with the big man over there. But anyways, just to like the fact he's in there as number 2.
Yeah, very much so. I think we look at his backroom staff, a lot of Scousers in there. Gary, as Ali says, the Scottish game inside out, but he brings a Cameron influence as well. Considering Stephen's experience, so he will know it. He'll be guiding through this. Spoke about desire and things. He had that in abundance as well, Gary McAllister.
He did. Guys, thank you very much for now. Up next, we will hear from both of the managers. Stephen Robinson was delighted to see his side winning the League Cup last weekend. Now he wants his first Premiership points at the third time of asking. As for Stephen Gerrard, well, his team haven't even been behind in a game so far. He'll be hoping it's a similar story here as he looks for his first away league win.
Football knowledge.
6 or 7. I was going to go with 5 to this.
It's all about the bragging rights.
I just want trophies.
The only thing we'll win this season.
It's game on.
I can't believe we brought VAR into this.
Fan TV, call yourself a fan on BT Sport.
Fancy a laugh, you just have to make it. Maltsmiths, when you love what you do.
F1 2018, the official video game.
Nearly 10 million children are in danger.
balance. When your build is strong, elevate your presence. And when you're great at that, keep on working. The new C-Class range. Never stop improving. Available to customers for a 48-hour test drive today.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Welcome back. We're counting down to kick-off here at Fir Park. The fans are arriving in good numbers. In fact, the Rangers supporters behind us are buoyant after an excellent start to their season. For Motherwell, it's a different story. 2 defeats in a row in the league, including one in the Lanarkshire derby. Perhaps they can turn the tide. In midfield, young enforcer Alan Campbell also returns, having made a significant impact from the bench a week ago. For Rangers then, 3 alterations from the midweek lineup. Kyle Lafferty makes his first start since his return to the club. He scored 38 goals in his first spell with Rangers. And Borna Barisic also plays. He's been ineligible in Europe thus far, having represented Osijek. Right, we can get some pre-match thoughts from the Motherwell boss now. Stephen Robinson is with Ailey Barber.
Stephen, 2 changes today, possibly as expected. Cadden and Campbell coming back in. They're young, but they add experience of a game like this, don't they?
Yeah, they're both under 21 internationals. Cads gives us more legs in the team out wide as well, and young Alan's been a revelation for me since he came in the team. So yeah, we're happy we're starting 11.
A bit said in the build-up to this game. It was probably a phone call you could have done without, but will it play any part today? Does it have any bearing on how the team sort of mentally approach this game?
We move on, so we have to make sure that we do our talking on the pitch instead of off the pitch.
It's been a great couple of results in the Cup this season, but I'm sure you're desperate to get those first league points on the board. The longer it goes on, does it start to frustrate you a little bit more that they haven't come yet?
Yeah, we've had 2 games in the league, and we had a hard game against Hibs. We played very well against Hamilton. 1 shot on target, lost as a game. We're in the quarterfinals of the Cup, and it seems like it's a wee bit of a crisis, but there's not. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. As you say, the sooner the win comes, the better, and then it's easier. The belief in the week becomes a lot easier then.
How tough a prospect does this Rangers team pose, do you feel, from last season?
Yeah, it's tough. They're very efficient in what they do. I've watched them 4 times now, so they've become very strong defensively. Signed some very good players, the luxury of going out and spending millions of pounds on players, so that's obviously improved the squad, and yeah, it's going to be a tough afternoon, but one we're very much up for.
Well, we wish you all the very best, Stephen. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
Pointless in the league so far from...
Often it's just having that little bit of kind of composure in front of the goal just to go and stroke the ball home. Strikers then become uptight, then want to force the issue, then start snatching at things because they're desperate for a goal, they're desperate to try and turn their fortunes around. And it's about sometimes getting that first goal like they did at Livingston last week, and suddenly then they look as if they're enjoying the game a little bit more.
And Danny Johnson started against Livingston and did score in the League Cup last week. And when he's been introduced off the bench, you see he is a threat going forward.
Yeah, I think that he's the most natural of Motherwell's strikers. I don't see Connor Salmon as a finisher. I think this boy's got something. He's got good awareness in and around the box and how to finish. Scored a lot of goals at Gateshead, knows where the back of the net is. It's up to Motherwell to supply him with chances.
Creating some of these chances all by himself.
Yeah, I think that's one of his assets, Darryl. He manages to carve out an opportunity out of nothing. Good close control. I've been really impressed by him. If I've been critical, he could have done with a goal over some of these chances.
What is the game plan for Motherwell today? Will they try and rough up Rangers here? Morelos and Lafferty, as Peter Hartley did originally suggest.
Sometimes people get caught up on all this hype that's going on, build up the battle and whatever have you. You have to be competitive. You can't come into a game like this. Chris came here with Celtic, Alex came here with Rangers. You don't come and get an easy game. You don't come and sit off and let them have the ball. You have to go and try and close the gap.
That's what Motherwell did.
Exactly.
In the Cup.
You have to be competitive.
I just think it did. I just think Peter Hartley has killed his manager, and the onus is going to be, that battle with Morelos and Lafferty. Peter Hartley needs to produce on the pitch, not do his talking off the pitch.
Okay, well, there is no doubt who the goal threat has been for Rangers in recent times. The man they call El Buffalo, seemingly on the charge.
A stampede of goals for El Buffalo.
Hat-trick last week at Kilmarnock. The Rangers boss will want more of the same this time round. Stephen Gerrard is with Ailey Barber.
Stephen, the start of a run of arguably the biggest run of fixtures you've had in a week since coming into the job, but in your eyes, how seasoned...
It's important we take it one game at a time. And today it's all about Motherwell. It'll be a tough game for us. We believe we know what their tactics will be, and we need to make sure that we match that and then play our stuff.
You've freshened things up a little bit, made 3 changes. Is it a change in formation though, or is it just a case of players maybe playing slightly different positions?
The changes are all about freshening it up. I've been doing that since day one, really, because of the schedule and the amount of games. In terms of tactics and formations, just wait till kick-off and I'm sure you'll work it out.
Kyle Lafferty starts his first match since return in the team. How has their partnership developed in the short time they've been training together?
Well, they're both good players. Good players normally work it out very quickly. They're normally on the same wavelength. But yeah, we've had very little time to work on it as a partnership, but I'm confident it'll grow. It's the reason we brought Kyle in, to give us the option of playing 2 if we need to. So yeah, I'm really excited and looking forward to see how they do.
There were a few comments in the build-up to this game. You have dismissed them publicly, but have you used them at all?
Not necessarily, no, I don't think we need to. I think the players are all aware of what we're going to be facing today. As I said early in the week, we forgive the comments, they were very naive, but today it's all about the football and we're looking forward to a good game, and we forgive Motherwell and the players, no problem.
All the best today, Stephen, thank you.
Thanks very much, cheers.
Giving away absolutely nothing about the formation today. We'll find out in a few minutes how Rangers set up, because it is almost game time at Fir Park, the penultimate game in the Premiership weekend. Motherwell against Rangers, live in BT Sport next.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
You know what? You're never done. Well, when your control is great, work on your balance. When your balance is great, strengthen your intuition. When your build is strong, elevate your presence. And when you're great at that, keep on working. The new C-Class range. Never.
The best times are family times. There's still time to book your summer break at Butlins by the Sea. Visit butlins.com now for our best deals on school summer holiday breaks. Choose the fate of your finances. Take control and track your money with ClearScore. Grow your business by accepting credit and debit cards with the SumUp card reader. No fixed contract, no monthly fees. Order now at sumup.co.uk for only £29.
Hello, can I help you? Oh, I've lost my cat. I was wondering if you'd seen it. No, the only thing I've seen...
This summer, let's turn into fluid. See the family adventure that's light years ahead.
Lewis is the first person to contact extraterrestrials. You're not how I imagined aliens.
Experience cosmic adventure. Lewis and the aliens in cinemas now.
Chance of finding someone who's perfect for me. That's why I'm Elite Singles.
EliteSingles.co.uk for single professionals.
F1 2018, the official video game.
set up the Premiership Rugby Cup. And the biggest names break it down in Rugby Tonight on Wednesday. Because at BT Sport, we are rugby. It all kicks off this weekend with 4 Gallagher Premiership matches, including Exeter v Leicester.
Ladbrokes, backing Scottish football on BT Sport.
Welcome back. Peter Hartley there, who made some controversial comments this week that leads the Steelmen out once again today against Rangers. And a quick reminder, if you're a BT TV viewer, this game is available in 4K UHD on channel number 433, also available on the BT Sport app today. So you're heading out, sign in with the app, and you can scroll back and rewind and watch it all again if you want. Over to your match commentators, Stephen Craigan, Ali McCoist and Rory Hamilton.
Well, thank you very much, Darryl. There's a long history between Motherwell and Rangers, and as we prepare for the 299th meeting of the two clubs, this is a fixture that in recent years at least has started to turn into a bit of a grudge match. From the scenes here at the 2015 playoff encounter to the last season's Betfred Cup semi-final, it's a game really lacking in drama. Well, Stephen Robinson has lost Cedric Kipre to Wigan and Charles Dunn to injury, so it's a new look defence with captain Peter Hartley skippering the team. The Steelmen do welcome back Chris Cannon and Alan Campbell from injury, who they were both named in the Scotland under-21 squad recently. Andy Rose played against Stephen Gerrard in the MLS a few years ago, while Gail Bigaramana spent an ill-fated 6 months at Ibrox in 2015.